Yeah, it's gotta be.
All right,
That's what it does. That's what it does. Yeah, I should have worn a shirt. Yeah. Should make that, no. I really didn't.
all right, we'd like to call this meeting to order, please. If everybody would stand for a pledge of allegiance.
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, so we're going to review the agenda. Do we have any additions or deletions?
No, ma'am, we do not.
We'd like to review the minutes from October. And everybody has viewed the minutes from our last meeting. I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
So moved.
Roll call. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Abstain.
Now we will move forward to our bills, review our bills. Does anybody have any questions about our bills? We're good? To, we missed the review agenda. Okay,
So this is.
that's the minutes, yes. Is everybody good with the bills? Yes. Well, apparently I misreviewed the agenda for tonight, so if we wouldn't mind reviewing the agenda for tonight.
Make a motion to approve tonight's agenda.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
All right. Now we can go to financials.
Make a motion to approve tonight's financials.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
So next, we will be moving on to our public comment. First, we have Lincoln County Water and Sewer Feasible Study by Julie Rogers. Ms. Rogers, you have the floor.
For those of you who do not know me, I am Julie Rogers. I'm the Executive Director of Economic Development for Lincoln County. That means I cover all 640 square miles, 8 cities, 4 villages in Lincoln County. My job is to attract new businesses to Lincoln County, but primarily our time is spent helping the existing businesses we have here grow, expand, and whatever their needs are. I've been with the Economic Development Office for about 8.5 years and the executive director for 2 years. 2 years ago, when I took over as the executive director, the commissioners and I sat down, hi, that's awful, to talk about what our plans and goals were. And we discovered, when we were looking at what we have, what our assets are, that we are really struggling we don't have enough resources for water and wastewater in Lincoln County. 60% of the county is not served by public water or wastewater at all. And that's a real issue. Where we do have it, municipalities and districts, a lot of times they're struggling themselves or not enough capacity, issues with their systems, just connecting with things. So we started exploring what that would look like, how we improve that, and where we need additional infrastructure, where we can connect with things. We thought it was going to be an easier fix than it was. It turned into a lot more questions than answers. We started digging. In 2007, the county actually put together a feasibility study very similar to this. The recession hit, so everything went on a shelf. So we decided that the best thing to do was kind of start back from scratch. Let's evaluate what we have in the county and then sit down as a county. And when I say that, I mean everybody, all the providers who provide water and sewer, wastewater, whatever that may be. Sit down at the table, let's figure out what we have, where our gaps are, what our goals are, where we want to grow in needs for industrial projects, residential things, and figure out how we can connect, or if somebody's doing well on their own and just want to sit on the side, that's fine too. So at this point, the commissioners went out for RFQs, requests for engineering, a couple months ago, and chose Woodard & Kern as engineers to do what is a feasibility study. What this primarily is, it is gathering data from around the county of the existing systems that are in place, and also gathering some basic information. Is there excess capacity? Are they struggling with enough water? What that looks like. We're gonna put that then on basically put together a paper for us with all the information. At that time, the county commissioners were gonna gather everybody to sit down and look at options, goals, what we want to do moving forward. So I'm kind of here tonight, as I've been doing with the other cities, the other providers, telling this, sharing what the plans are, because this is truly a county-wide problem, plan, goals, not just 3 commissioners sitting there, at the courthouse making these decisions. To be successful, we all have to work together. So you'll be receiving a request from Woodard & Kern, the engineers, for information about your systems, basically, very basic stuff. This will not be shared outside of the study. This is very confidential. Just putting everything on a map to see what we have, what we don't have, where the gaps are, and then we can move forward from there. So it's pretty simple, haha. But this is the very first step of this. We know there's a lot of money coming down from the federal government for infrastructure. The state of Missouri has heard, I talked with them a lot about what our goals and plans are, what we're trying to do. They've got some funding that they'd like to help us with. So the timing is right to really try to move forward and put some good plans together. So is there any questions I have? I know it's very generic, very basic. We're at that point. There is not an overall plan or anything right now. It's literally just to improve the infrastructure and to create it where it does not exist.
Sounds fantastic.
Well, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it, and we really look forward to working with you guys.
Thank you, Julie. Okay. Then next for our public comment is the comprehensive plan by Krishna. Krishna, you got the floor here.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Krishna Kunaburdi, and I'm founder of the Blue State Regional Planning Commission. We've been contracted to work on a comprehensive plan, which is a long-range plan for the city of Ridgeview. So if you all remember, we started this process a little like 2 years ago or so, and we had surveys put together. We are online survey monkey and all. We did a lot of good responses. We reached out to the high school to, ask kids, what do you want in this city? So we got a lot of good responses from that too. since then, with COVID hitting and everything, things kind of slowed down, but this June, July kind of came back to the mayor and few of the PNZ members saying, hey, we need to get this plan done, and they were all, willing to get this done, so it's nice to come back to the board and explain what the process is, what we did and everything. So with all the changes recently happened with some annexations and some land use changes, I had to update the existing land use map, and we also have a future land use map. But actually the P and Z members and comprehensive plan task force members approved a year ago or so. So what I'm here today for is to explain the process. Like I said, the next steps are gonna be, I do have a couple copies of the draft plan, so I'm gonna leave with Robin and the mayor, Jay, and then have them review. And once you have your P and Z board review that, the next step is to go for public hearing, which I'm hoping probably January timeframe. I'll send all the meeting notices and everything, so we have everything set up in the newspaper to have a public hearing on the comprehensive plan. So what we did with the plan was I kind of updated from the old demographics to all 2020 census numbers and all the maps, everything from scratch. When the comprehensive task force members met as a team, they actually looked at the existing conditions of the town. They came up with different ideas for each of those areas of interest, the economy, transportation, jobs, housing, things like that. So this plan has all the action plans and responsible entity, everything put together. You want to move forward like an annual plan for next year, you have some goals and objectives set in this plan. This is for, you can come back to us, we can update in 5-10 years, depending on the growth, which obviously you're seeing a lot with 2020 numbers, you have grown a lot. So this is a good plan to be in place, so you can show it to your businesses coming into town that you already have a plan in place. Thank you so much. Any other questions? I don't believe so. Alrighty, and I'd like to come back at the January meeting to have a public hearing for the plan. Thank you. And Michaela from our office, she's a grant writer, she just wants to say hi and, talk about some projects maybe.
Yeah, hi, everybody. My name is Michaela Lawson. I'm the newest member of the Brunswick Regional Planning Commission. I do planning as well as grant writing, so I write the grants and I help you guys administer them, whatever you guys need. We do have an upcoming CDBG grant cycle, and those grants are going to be due January 31st. So if there's any projects that you guys can think of, whether that be stormwater, culverts, or roads, or like there's a local nonprofit that's looking for a facility, basically anything that you guys can think of, you could just contact me. So, thank you guys.
Great, thank you, Michaela.
Make it two on that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, may as well.
Just break out. Thank you so much. I can pass that.
Oh, okay. I've got a couple of them.
Yeah,
As many as you guys
there
want.
you go. There you go.
Make sure to bring about 50 everywhere I go now, so I
Safer.
yeah. Oh, sure.
All right. Thank you for that. So next on our agenda is Debbie Stelzer. Debbie, you have floor, please.
Hi, I'm Debbie Stelzer, a taxpayer. On October 18th, my car got damaged from the chief of police on a call. And I got an estimate for my car, my windshield and my front grille, $1,949.49. And I'm here today because the city's insurance doesn't want to pay for my car. And I don't think I should have to pay for my car. I think that it needs to be taken care of.
And it's already been turned into our insurance, correct?
Yes, and they denied it.
Okay.
Is that why they denied it? Yes, because it's considered road hazard. Okay.
All right.
insurance companies.
Right.
The two insurance companies should be working that out.
They should be working that out, the two insurance companies should be. Did our insurance company contact your insurance company?
No, they did not. They sent me a letter saying that it was not. Road hazard or not, I mean, my car has almost $2,000 worth of damage to it. It's not, you know, people buy new cars and it's okay if it's because it's the chief of police or the police officer that damaged my car. I just have to pay for it. That's not right. If it was anybody else, they would be paying for my car.
All right, apparently this will need to be discussed otherwise, so I appreciate you coming in. We will discuss this further, on our end from here. I appreciate you coming in and talking to us about it, though I do have notes here. And I'm sure you sent in a report as well, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
I filed a complaint here. I talked to my insurance company. I talked to you guys' insurance company. I've tried to talk to Rochelle, but she's not very talkative with me, but that's okay. That's why I'm here.
Okay, all right. I do appreciate you coming in and talking to us. Like I said, we will talk amongst ourselves. But we're gonna go ahead and from this point, we'll go ahead and we'll continue, but we will definitely.
And I have one more question. Rochelle kicked me out of City Hall today because I told her she was lying, because she told me 2 lies. Is she allowed to kick us out of City Hall? I'm a taxpayer. I pay my bills here. She came around the corner at me like she was trying to intimidate me. I was trying to leave the building. She came and started more conflict with me today. And I told her she was a liar and she told me to get out of the building. I'm not allowed in here to get out of the building. It kicked me out. That's not right. I pay my bills here. I'm a taxpayer. Who gives her the right to do that?
Do we have any other stuff? No.
There is a camera up there. I seen it.
I don't mind. I don't mess with cameras.
Okay.
You guys are here. Thank you. I would appreciate it because you shouldn't treat people like that.
All right. So we are going to.
I have one more question. When will I hear back from you guys?
I'm not exactly sure, sweetheart.
But somebody will contact me, because Rochelle said she called me and I never got a phone call.
Okay,
And I know you guys have my phone number and email address.
okay. All right. So we need to move on to old business, ordinance. We have the ordinance, our wastewater rates that we had discussed previously. At our last meeting.
We've already done a first reading.
Yes, did we do a second reading already?
Yes.
We did,
Okay.
okay,
Yeah, we did, okay.
I thought I asked for second readings on those, but we denied these.
so then we just need to do, an approval. Okay, so for this ordinance, for the wastewater rates. Trying to think which ordinance this is, sorry. I would entertain, no, we have to do a roll call. Yes. That's a sort, sorry. 5221. Okay, so I'll entertain a motion to approve this ordinance as stated.
Make a motion to approve, ordinance 5221.
5221.
Second.
Ms. Eden, may I get a roll call vote?
Alderman Dell.
Aye.
Alderman Kreitz,
Aye.
Alderman Rozowski,
Aye.
and Alderman Keck.
Aye.
We will- And with majority vote, this ordinance has been passed. Then we will move to our ordinance about our water rates. We had also discussed this previously and had done a first and second reading as well. So I will entertain a motion to approve this ordinance.
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Eaton, may I please get a roll call vote?
Alderman Kreitz,
Aye.
Alderman Rozowski,
Aye.
Alderman Keck,
Aye.
and Alderman Dell.
Aye.
With a majority vote, this ordinance has been passed as well. Next, we will be moving to new business with the water report. Michelle.
This month's report. We billed on 9/27, 58,498.45. We collected October 1st through October 31st, 55,362.74. We collected during that time frame 1,099.66 in late fees, 225 in reconnect fees, 25 in NSF fees, $5.02 in DNR sewer connection fees, $6.48 in DNR water primacy fees, and $250 in residential meter deposits.
Right. Thank you, Ms. Shockley. Next, we have our police department monthly report. Chief, you're up.
Thank you, Mayor. We were awarded an officer safety equipment and technology grant to the Missouri Department of Public Safety in the amount of $6,662.74. This will help fund the purchase of emergency equipment to outfit the replacement vehicle for car 101, which was totaled earlier this year with an engine failure. One full-time and one part-time patrol officer have been hired. The full-time officer has successfully completed field training and is acting as a solo patrol officer now. We transitioned to Regis Care for our report management system, which ties in really well with the other software that we're using now. And it is also less expensive than the current system that we're transitioning away from. I'm going to be attending a Sig Sauer Armors course in December to renew my certification, so I'm able to inspect and repair our weapons and not have to send them out to anyone else. Officer Black will be recertifying all officers in-house on tasers in December also. And that's all I have for this.
All right, thank you, sir, appreciate that. All righty, and our public works report, Mr. Lancey, you're up.
So this month we've done 6 permits, inspections. And as for a year to date. Go up here. Back on. Okay, for year to date, we are at 150 total. And as well as we're all ready for the snow removal this year, all our equipment's up and going. We got a new compactor motor for our compactor. We got a new water pump to transition the brine from the tanks to the trucks now. So we're all ready to rock and roll. All the blades are functional.
Fantastic. All right, that's wonderful. All right, so now we will move to our P and Z report. Robin, did you want to take this one over?
Sure.
Okay.
So we had our planning and zoning Monday, meeting on November 1st. Chris Sitton announced that she was stepping down as chairperson of planning and zoning, but will remain on as a commissioner. Kieran Panther will be taking over as chairperson. The commissioners will be working on future projects such as updating and finalizing the comprehensive plan for the city and other various projects. The meeting dates for 2022 were reviewed and will be published following the December 6th meeting. The commissioners would like to invite the public, especially those who live in the city limits, to an upcoming P and Z meeting in the future.
Thank you, Ms. Chris. Okay, and then now we will move to the ordinance referencing our annexation. So did we do a second reading? First,
We had a public hearing.
I'll make a motion to do a first reading by title only.
Second.
Ms. Eaton, could you please do a roll call vote?
Alderman Rozalski,
Aye.
Alderman Keck,
Aye.
Alderman Dell,
Aye.
and Alderman Kreitz.
Aye.
Ms. Eaton, could you please read by title only?
An ordinance annexing certain property contiguous and compact to the city of Winfield, Missouri pursuant to section 71.012 the RSMO.
Yeah, I'd like to move forward, entertain a motion to read by title only for the second reading.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Ms. Eaton, could you do a roll call vote?
Alderman Dell, I'm sorry, Alderman Keck,
Aye.
Alderman Dell,
Aye.
Alderman Kreitz,
Aye.
and Alderman Rozalski.
Aye.
Ms. Eaton, could you please read by title only for second reading?
An ordinance annexing certain property contiguous and compact to the city of Winfield, Missouri pursuant to section 71.012 RSMO.
And I will entertain a motion to pass this ordinance.
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Eaton, could you please do a roll call vote?
Alderman Dell,
Aye.
Alderman Rozalski,
Aye.
Alderman Kreitz,
Aye.
and Alderman Keck.
Aye.
With the majority vote, this ordinance has been passed as well. I will move to our ordinance amending 131.069, notice to destroy. Actually, wouldn't mind. I'd entertain a motion to read. I know,
Okay, yes.
is that okay? I just want everybody to hear.
Yeah.
The first time in its entirety, just the first time in its entirety. So I will make a motion to have this ordinance read in its entirety.
I'll make a motion to read in its entirety.
Second.
Ms. Eaton, could you please do a roll call?
Alderman Kreitz,
Aye.
Alderman Rozalski,
Aye.
Alderman Keck,
Aye.
and Alderman Dell.
Aye.
Ms. Eaton, could you please read this ordinance?
An ordinance amending chapter 131 pertaining to offenses against public health, section 131.069, notice to destroy. Be it ordained by the Board of Aldermen of the city of Winfield, Missouri as follows. Section 1. Section 131.069 of chapter 131 of the ordinances of the city of Winfield, Missouri pertaining to offenses against public health is hereby amended to read as follows. Chapter 131, section 131.069. Upon observing violations of this subchapter, the city police are hereby authorized and empowered to notify in writing the owner of any such lot, place, or area within the city or the agent of such owner to cut, destroy, and/or remove any such weeds, grass, or deleterious, unhealthful growth, rubbish, just or other noxious matter found growing, lying, or located on the owner's property or upon the sidewalk abutting the same. Such notice may be served by the police chief, building commissioner / inspector, or any police officer in the city. A copy of such notice shall be kept by the officer serving the same, who shall make his or her written return thereon, stating how, when, on whom, and where he or she served the same, and subscribe his or her name thereto. Such notice may be served by delivering the same to the person to be notified, or copy thereof left at the usual place of abode of such person with a member of his or her family over the age of 15. This is the only change, is on delivery. That's it. Everything else is the same.
The only thing that has changed is the part about the delivery of it, which is the very last sentence. Okay, as well.
And
Okay, so,
That's the only part that's changed.
yeah, what was it? Certified to me.
It's also adding the building commissioner and inspector as somebody that can deliver it.
That's always been.
It's not in the version
Yeah, I
online.
think-
No, it's not. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
so you gotta back it up.
Okay.
Just such notice.
Building commissioners.
So like Public Works.
Your director of public works is your building commissioner and inspector.
Okay. So the main difference is that as opposed to having somebody at certified mail, they can now leave a copy at the residence.
Correct.
Okay.
All right. I will entertain.
Also, real quick, if I can, is this is just to make it continuous and this alike with the other ordinances. The others, a 10-day domain notice, everything, that is how it was delivered.
Okay.
So I will entertain a motion to read this ordinance, since we've read it full by title only for the second reading.
I'll make a motion to read by title only, second reading.
Second.
Ms. Eaton, could you please take a roll call vote?
Alderman Rozalski,
Aye.
Alderman Keck,
Aye.
Alderman Dow,
Aye.
and Alderman Kreitz.
Aye.
Ms. Eaton, could you please read by title only for the second reading?
An ordinance amending chapter 131 pertaining to offenses against public health, section 131.069, notice to destroy.
Delta and I are kind of questioning the whole being able to leave it with a family member over the age of 15 years. I mean, I don't necessarily know if I would be comfortable with an officer leaving a notice with my teenage kid who can't even, clean up their own room, much less take a document like that. So, I mean,
And I would recommend a table it because we're gonna have to change all of them. All of them. That's why we were changing this, so it'll be consistent.
what are your thoughts?
I'm gonna make a motion that we table this,
For the other ones as well?
all of them.
Okay.
It's just this one that is changing.
The other ones that say 15 years old
They're not even up to on the table or in our book,
in our vote.
in current.
Yeah, I'll second that, to table that.
So we're gonna
Great.
table this. Okay, Ms. Eaton, can I get a roll call vote on table?
Alderman Keck,
Aye.
Alderman Dell.
Aye.
Alderman Kreitz,
Aye.
and Alderman Rozalski.
Aye.
The majority vote, we are going to go ahead and table this for later discussion. Okay, so now we are going to move forward with the ballot ordinance referencing to the use tax. You were actually at the, would you mind just kind of going over it since you were there to
Okay.
just kind of describe what this is actually, how it's going about?
Okay, so this is just an ordinance for the board to approve to place on the ballot. This is a subject that is going to be placed on the ballot for the voters to vote how they want it to be done. And basically what a use tax is as explained in here is, so we order things from other countries or what have you online, and no sales tax are collected for that city. And what the use tax does is, so they're purchasing online, taking away from our small community businesses and businesses in our county, which in turn, you know, have less business, less sales taxes and things like that to help them function and operate. So this just puts a sales tax on things that are all ordered online, not just within the city. This does not affect like our sales taxes across the city, county, or anything of that nature. This is just for online ordering.
And this is going to go on the ballot, so this isn't like we're just kind of doing this just as a city, this is going on the ballot and the voters do.
Yes, and it's actually going on the ballot in multiple places, yes.
Okay, so just thank you for describing that and letting everybody know. So I would entertain a motion to read this ordinance by title only.
I'll make a motion to read by title only, first reading.
Second.
Ms. Eaton, may I please get a roll call vote for this?
Alderman Dell,
Aye.
Alderman Kreitz,
Aye.
Alderman Rozalski,
Aye.
and Alderman Dell. Alderman Keck.
Aye.
Now, Ms. Eaton, could you please read this by title only for the first reading?
An ordinance of the city of Winfield, Missouri imposing a use tax for general revenue purposes at the rate equal to the total local sales taxes in effect for the privilege of storing, using, or consuming within the city any article of tangible personal property pursuant to the authority granted by and subject to the provisions of sections 144.600 through 144.761 RSMO, providing for the use tax to be repealed, reduced, or raised in the same amount as any city sales tax is repealed, reduced, or raised, and providing for submission of the proposal to the qualified voters of the city for their approval at the general election called and to be held in the city of Winfield on April 5th, 2022.
Good Lord, why do they have to make it so difficult? It's just an ordinance, put on the ballot, like, and then they.
I'm not an attorney.
Like,
So, thank you, Ms. Eaton.
I'll make a motion for the second reading by title only.
Which is still a little page.
It's right, it's.
Second.
Ms. Eaton, may I get a roll call vote, please?
Alderman Dell,
Aye.
Alderman Kreitz,
Aye.
Alderman Rozalski,
Aye.
and Alderman Keck.
Aye.
Ms. Eaton, could you please read by title only for the second reading?
An ordinance of the city of Winfield, Missouri imposing a use tax for general revenue purposes at the rate equal to the total local sales taxes in effect for the privilege of storing, using, or consuming within the city any article of tangible personal property pursuant to the authority granted by and subject to the provisions of sections 144.600 through 144.761 RSMO, providing for the use tax to be repealed, reduced, or raised in the same amount as any city sales tax is repealed, reduced, or raised, and providing for submission of a proposal to the qualified voters of the city for their approval at the general election called and to be held in the city on April 5th, 2022.
Now I will entertain a motion to approve this ordinance, to put this on the ballot.
I'll make a motion to approve, put it on the ballot. That's what we're doing. We're putting this on the ballot.
Yes, that's all we're doing.
Second.
Now I'll to explain it.
And Ms. Eden, may I please get a roll call vote?
Alderman Kreitz,
Aye.
Alderman Rozalski.
Aye.
Alderman Keck,
Nay.
and Alderman Dell.
Nay.
Ms. Mayor, you are the tiebreaker.
Yes, we're putting it on the ballot. Okay, and with majority vote. So this will be passed, go on to the ballot. Now. The bucket truck, okay. So who actually went to the school and you went to the school?
I went to the school meeting, board meeting, however, the bucket truck was not discussed. Myself and Mr. Williams had a discussion. We will be putting it on the newspaper as to the city purchasing the bucket truck.
Okay. So,
And
okay. Wanna discuss it or?
he's gonna be running the ad that'll put everything in there. That's their doings. I'm just
Oh, okay.
kind of letting you guys
Just
know.
information on the, okay, gotcha. Okay.
So we're
and-
purchasing the truck, correct?
Yes. But Mr. Mr. Williams is putting it in the paper. So what the school is, through their legal aspect of it, they have to put it in the newspaper showing their intent to sell it to the city of Winfield.
And what's the purpose of putting it in the paper? Just to.
Yeah.
They just have to do that, I guess, for their attorney.
That's
Okay,
the school stuff with reference their attorney.
okay, that's just one of their policies that they require, okay? All right, so it's good.
They got it for me,
That's right.
They do their way.
Okay, so then we are, the USDA pay application.
I have that right
You
here.
have this right here, okay? I will allow you, let's see, it's $315,000. 680 or 300
$315,685.89.
cents. Yes. Okay, and this is for contract number is for the John.
It's request for fund app number 7. This is the amount. And then we go down from there.
Okay. So request for funds, number 7, November 18th, 2021. Development contract number 1 for the John. Sorry, for $203,746. Land and rights of way. Okay, we'll go on to the next one where it's engineering fees. Is it for the basic design? Is $16,719.75. The inspection, $91,806.80. Management services, APC, is for $3,413.34, for a grand total of $315,685.89.
What are the basic design fees? What are those for?
Engineering,
Engineering designs.
What else are we designing?
it's all part of the continuing design of it. So as things come up, they
yeah, any of the technical oversights, if there's any engineering related, like stuff that Bill and I and us work on, even though it's not design related, it's a part of the design fee or design phase fee. If you look in US, it's all a part of that phase. Actually, it continues through the entire project. So the way it's
Are we
broken.
redesigning?
No, there's no design. It's all just, it's considered, it's called the design phase because it has all the different elements in what's called the design phase.
Jim, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I mean, we went through the whole design
right.
years ago.
Okay,
Spent a fortune on that.
yeah.
And redesign, spent
Yeah.
a fortune on that.
All right,
So,
no, the design, the literal design is done, that's taken place.
okay.
USDA refers to, well, it's basic / design. Basic is the key part of that, before the / next to the 16,000, to the left of the 16,000. It's actually basic services, that's a better way to call it. Design is a part of basic services, I should have said that at first, so. Does that make sense? So it has all, even though we're in the construction phase, when we're, troubleshooting stuff, we were looking at low strength concrete. That's a part of basic services. It can't be added. It cannot be added as additional services. But the contract allows for that type of technical oversight. So that's included in the basic services. That makes any sense. If you look at the contract, all the scope of it is all,
Okay.
it's all spelled out.
Okay.
It'll put you to sleep probably. It's in there.
Oh, I know, the whole thing.
I can explain it more later.
Okay.
The 91,000 in inspection.
That's strictly RPR related services. Project representative
Handy law.
services. Basically handy law. So
And this-
shop drawing would be, and the reason this number is higher is it's collecting through a couple past periods
Yes.
as well. So it's higher than it would, it's not like it's just.
What's the time frame of that?
It's a good
Like 1
question.
month worth of inspections, 2 months?
Is he physically inspecting this, or is this somebody sending him a photo and he's looking at it?
It's both, everything. There's on-site work, there's shop drawing review.
If I'm paying this much, he better be on site every damn time.
This is over, what, 4 months or so?
Shop design review, So, and.
Shop drawings. So those are technical reviews, those are reviews that Bill's looking at, that we're looking at. Andy's involved in it, I'm involved in it.
Seems like a lot of money to look at some reviews.
That is since the beginning of the project.
Since the beginning of the project. And are you providing this, like every time that Andy comes out, are we getting like a spreadsheet of every time that he's here, his
You're getting that
timeline?
now, right?
and
Mhm.
How often does he come out?
Whenever needed. Like there was dirt work this week, he has not been out. He doesn't need to be on site, he's not on site.
He's been out for the dirt work.
Yeah, for a part of it, especially early on when they were trying to get up to speed.
I think just yesterday,
He was out here Monday for.
Monday.
Board
Monday,
updates.
okay. He asked today if he thought he needed to come out. I said, no, I'm gonna be down there taking a look at things, so.
We can entertain a motion
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
to pass this USDA application.
Gotta be paid.
I know.
I'll make the motion, but
It's okay.
not very willingly, mind you.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
I,
If there was an in between I and they.
is this on top of? Is this part of the budget or is this like additional that we're paying?
This is everything that has been budgeted for through the USDA bond, and we do what is called a monthly draw. They submit all the paperwork monthly, they bring it to us, and it's approved monthly.
It's all in the contract, as we've talked
I'm
about.
sure it is. Is it possible that next time we have to approve on this, that we can actually see an itemized?
I want to see a breakdown of this.
Yeah,
We have,
breakdown.
we've provided that to our.
Okay. Right here? Yeah.
Well, and there's about 35 other pages.
Okay.
What you're seeing right now is from Corte Youth John, the contractor's application for it.
Right.
And this is the contractors. The other things are all in receipts and invoices that again add up to about 35, 40 pages. And are viewable upon request in my office.
Okay. Okay, sound good.
And then we move forward with our emergency repair for our fire hydrant. Ms. Lansing, or Mr. Lansing, sorry.
Ms. Lacy.
So we have a hydrant that does not work down on the east side, and we have to do an emergency repair on it. We got a bid from a local contractor that's willing to pay it or fix it for us. Just gotta get it approved by you.
Okay.
All the paperwork is, you have it. Should have it all. No, okay, I'll get that for you.
Okay.
And I'll have all the breakdown of what everything will cost.
Well, this was the emergency repair that I called you
Was this
guys
the one we had the
about.
conversation
Yes.
about?
Because of the urgency of needing it replaced, I did call, notify each of them what the cost was and got approved for the emergency repair. It was approved, but we still have to bring it to the board to make sure that everyone is informed and they do get a formal vote on it.
I don't have the numbers right in front of me, if you have that with you.
It's gotta be repaired. So
It does have to be repaired.
I'll make a motion that we go forward with this emergency repair.
1 second.
Okay, all in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Aye.
Alright,
Okay, Mr. Lindsay, you have your approval. All right. Next, we will be moving to closed session. I would like to take a small break or before we go into closed session.
Make a motion to take a, 10-15 minute, and then go into closed session.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah, no.
Aye.
Aye.
That's it. All right. Two birds, so.
Okay, so, closed session notice 610.021, closed meeting and closed records authorized when exceptions to the extent disclosures are otherwise required by law, a public government body is authorized to close meetings, records, and votes to the extent they release the following. Number 3 is hiring, firing, disciplinary, and promoting of particular employees. And we will now take our break.
Looks really good.
You did a great job
I
on
need
those.
to drink.